Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mortal Mindset. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing a longtime childhood friend. He's a determined leader with an insuperable barrier, a superior student of financial trading. He not only has experienced a lot of lessons, has gone through a lot of realms of finance, but he's also a confident leader in his field. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Aryan Jashim. Aryan,
Thank you for the introduction, bro.
you're welcome, brother. All right. And I told them that you were a longtime childhood friend. So I guess you know that we grew up in a similar neighborhood. What was it like for you in your household to grow up in Brooklyn?
Oh, it was good. Wasn't anything really like to mention, but I had a good childhood, pretty good area. I don't know about it now, but I was raised by a good family, and yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
Any values that you feel like your family instilled in you that has kept you the way you are?
I mean, my parents were always the ones to be like, do well in school and be kind and just a good person.
Hmm.
Pretty basic
Any
things.
sort of things that you feel that have tested your character, or any experiences that have made you use those valuables in ways that you didn't think you had to?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Just I'm asking, like, from your values that you stem from your childhood,
Hmm.
what are some tests that you've been through, or what are some situations that have made you had to use those things
Like
that
transfer them to now.
into like
Oh yeah,
in
for
some
sure.
real
Hard
life
work, like
okay.
especially hard work. My parents clearly make that something that's expected of me. I come from immigrant parents. My parents came from Bangladesh, which is super far away. They came with nothing, and then they provided us with a good life. So if I live in America and I don't do anything with like good parents to support me, it's like that's just like my motivation there. It's like I got to do the best I can, because if my parents let me live in this beautiful house and like provide me with everything, it's like why would I not be able to do like 50x that? Because I was born here. You
Yeah,
know.
given the advantage.
Yeah.
So like with that comes with the level of responsibility to be
Exactly.
successful.
That's where my drive comes from, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I mentioned that you were a trader and that you started your journey a little while ago. Based on that, where do you feel that you started to, I guess, get introduced, or who or when did it start?
Okay, so I was like 15, 16. I was 16, right? I was 16 and I'm 20, by the way, right now. I was 16 and I'd always tell my sister, oh, I'm going to be super fucking rich. Like, I'm going to make so much money. And my sister is like, oh, you can't just say that. Like, you need to actually do things to get rich. And she's right. Like, I used to just say it and say it and say it. And I'm glad she told me that at such an early age. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I worked the summer job as a basketball coach, uh, like 2000. I don't know. Uh, okay, so then that happened. And then came around was like December, right? Where I found out about something called e-commerce, drop shipping, right? I paid $1,000 to a mentor so they can teach me how to create my website, run ads, everything, right? I learned that, and then that's where I started drop shipping. It didn't go well because I was young. I only had $2,000. Spent 1,000 on the mentorship. Spent 1,000 on ads. With drop shipping, you have to keep testing, and then I tested enough, but then I didn't have enough money to like keep testing, right? So whatever went on, and then I tried organic drop shipping, which involves no investment of money. You take a product, you you get it, and then you make videos on TikTok for free. And my account did 11,000 followers. I had millions of views. I generated around $2,000 in revenue, which was like 70% profit. That was my first experience with drop shipping. It's like, oh, it's really good. I didn't. I tried a couple more products. Organic is like a really hit or miss thing. I don't know. I know drop shipping works. Everything works, but it's like that didn't really work out for me. And then I like strayed away from it, and then I wanted to get into trading because I had like a friend that I used to go to the gym with, and he became a really good trader, and like he was making a lot of money. He told me that at the gym. I was like, okay, and then I paid him to teach me, and then I learned from him, and he taught me everything from A to Z, how to trade. Uh, Trading is not easy, by the way. Like I was down like $6,000, $7,000, and then along with all the money I spent to learn, like it was hard. It's really hard until like recently, like I became really profitable. Like, yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that you're mentioning to me sounds like investing, which is like your time, your money. So how do you tend to what's your philosophy behind like the word investing and what does it mean to you?
Okay, so investing to me is, yeah, you're right. Time, money, energy. Investing is super important. You have to invest in yourself for like for things to really be worth it, if that makes sense. To me, investing in yourself is the most important thing because the outcome, I don't really know how to explain it, but investing in yourself is the best thing you can do.
Does it sound like a little bit like discipline? Like when it comes to like taking time right now for something in the future that could work out in your favor, does that like kind of line up just a little bit when in terms of like investing? Like do you feel because I know like in the trading world we use a lot of big like you're accustomed to using certain words that have
Mm-hmm.
certain meanings, but in more like a financial sense. But I feel like when you mix philosophy, mix psychology and financing, like I feel like they all kind of do this little circle in terms of like their the way that they use these certain words like investing in the psychological sense is like you're spending some sort of current asset that you have right now and you're trying to you're taking a sort of like a calculated risks in the term of like okay like what can I do with my money now to make more money later, but as I like you said you were hustling, you were like investing your time in these activities, you were trying to make money so that way you can support this career or this path that you're trying to go
Mm-hmm.
down. Do you feel that your strategies changed like as you were going along the way, and what were some adjustments that you made?
Okay, so starting off with your first thing, investing to me is like whatever you're putting in, you're getting it right out. Input is equal to output, like straight up. Like if you're not getting something, it's probably because what you're putting in is not enough. Like literally, I Luke Belmar says this like new and second law. It's like in order for something to like come out, you need to put something in, right?
Every
Like
action has an equal and opposite
exactly.
reaction. Yeah.
That's exactly every what?
Every action has its
Every action
equal and
has an equal
opposite.
but opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like the universe will give you what you want, God will give you what you want, but you just have to put in exactly what you need to in order to get that. And until you haven't got what you want, you have not put enough in. Like that's just the truth. And your second question was,
Certain strategies. How did you adjust over time to get what you wanted?
okay, to me, I know that looking online, like it's possible. Like when you look around you, you don't see a lot of people making a lot of money because we see like regular people who work regular jobs 9 to 5, right? But I feel like social media has really like made me realize it's possible. Like you are able to buy a Lamborghini, you are able to buy a Bugatti or whatever. You're able to buy these things, but to like an ordinary person, they would have to work a couple years. They wouldn't even be able to afford it, even if they saved every penny of their $100,000. Like for like 2 years, it's like you still can't buy a Lambo. So it's like, what are they doing that's so smart or like so good that they're able to produce that much amount of money? And I knew it wasn't from a 9 to 5 job. So for me, strategy comes with just not giving up and solving your problems because whatever whatever you do, trading, ecom, any type of business model, there always be problems, and if you don't know how to solve them, you won't be able to succeed in it because there will always be something new. So to me, it's like problem solving is the most important thing, and knowing it's possible is important too because you have to know that you're going to be able to solve every single problem in order to succeed.
Yeah, I get that. You're an advocate for financial freedom because
Of course, yeah,
because of the great life that's out there and the things that are beyond our vision currently because of like our environment and maybe like
yeah,
the people or financial situation. So you have a very optimistic view in terms of like the way that you're going to be heading towards the future in terms of like your finance. How do
yeah.
you feel like you have been sort of like a leader in like the whole like movement? Do you feel like you how are you encouraging other people to do the same or have the same sort of strategy or mindset that can see beyond what's currently in front of them and give them that amazing pitch that you have on life?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been putting a lot of my close friends on, and obviously, like they've made a lot of money through what I've been saying. Uh, to me, it's like if you see it working for me, why are you not doing it too? It's like there will be people who full on are seeing me make so much money, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow," or "I'll do it,"
Okay,
or
Joe.
"No,
Yeah.
I don't know. What if it goes down? What if?" Come on, that's where you already lost. You didn't even try it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, I put out info, like, and if people are really interested, they have to pay me to learn too. Like, that's the truth. I paid to learn everything I've learned. I put in the work. I was sitting in my room alone watching YouTube, learning everything. Okay, don't pay me, no problem. Go learn it yourself. Okay, go on YouTube. I'll still answer your questions. Like, but I'm not gonna go ahead and give you my time alone, hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't benefit from it. And there's people that are lazy. If you're not willing to invest a little bit of money to learn something, I know you're lazy. Cause what, a
Yeah.
couple $100, you're gonna make that shit back easily. So it's like, why do you care so much? I still buy courses, mentorships to this day. I've literally made $31,000 last month, and I still spend money to learn more because I want to make more money.
Yeah.
Like,
So what are some qualities you think people need to develop in order to get that mindset?
knowing it's possible, discipline, and you gotta really want it. Like, I think that's all it is. Because it's like the question is what really motivates you is the most important thing. So if you don't have a reason, if you don't have your why, I don't think you'll be able to do it. Because it's like you got to really want it. Being an entrepreneur is like you got to wake up in the morning, you got to do what you got to take actions to get what you want. The thing about school and a job, it's like you're expected of these things by your boss or your teacher. You're held to a certain standard. To do all of this, I had to wake up and be like, "Yo, I'm going to do this. I'm going to trade every morning. I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn this." And you get what I mean.
Yeah, you accepted the price for the current action that you were taking. Like
Yeah,
you didn't know if it was gonna hit or miss.
exactly.
So like you deciding that I'm gonna take this risk today and I'm gonna like take some time to like do something for myself, knowing that it can have a positive outcome.
Hmm.
Like that's something that I admire in a person and an individual, like in terms of like anything that they pursue. So
Hmm.
I tons of respect on your end for that as
Appreciate
well,
that, bro.
right? So
Yeah.
you mentioned like you have helped people in the past. In terms of clients, what services do you provide, or how would you go about like a mentorship, or like a course?
Oh yeah, I think courses are good, but it's like I feel like a mentorship is good because in the process of learning anything, you have to be able to ask people questions, experience things, especially with trading. Like you need to trade every day, learn from your mistakes, and you need to learn from someone who's been through those mistakes. And it's like that's why I think a mentorship is important. Uh I mean, I just started mentorship. Like I would the mentorship is basically where I teach you everything I know about trading and how I use it to succeed in crypto specifically and also day trading. Uh, I leave both of those things because when the bull run is over with crypto, you got to be able to make money somehow. So it's like options trading, you can do any day, anytime, anywhere. And yeah, and I only charge 750 for a one-on-one and 500 with a group of students. I currently have 3 clients, like, and I'm gonna teach them so much, and they're gonna hopefully make a lot of money through it. Of course, nothing is guaranteed, like I've learned when I had a mentorship, I wasn't profitable until like a 1.5 years later. Like I thought the mentorship was a scam. No, the scam is you. Like if you're not using the information correctly, the scam is not the information. The scam is you. You know what I'm trying to say?
Not translating it correctly. Like you're not using the information the way it should be used. Like and
Yeah,
it's your lack of understanding that's preventing you, or your lack of
exactly.
developing those new skills that are required. Like is what's stopping you from taking the next steps.
Hmm.
So you said you're big on crypto, and I know you
Yeah.
are. So, what do you believe behind the speculation behind what's going on, like in the media and politics, the mysterious traits that crypto has? Do you believe it is a potential future asset, or is a crippling demise for those who use it?
Of course, crypto is definitely big. Like, and it's gonna be important in the future because it's like, yo, if I told you to send me 20K through your bank account right now, you'd have a hard time. Like, or even pulling out 20K in cash or anything like that. Crypto, dude, I can send you 40K right now right to your wallet. Like, you
Right.
even know this when we send each other money on the wallets. It's so easy.
Yeah.
It's like boom. So it's like, why would that not be important? And it's like we've seen in the past couple of years, like last bull run, previous bull runs. It's like, why am I so confident about this bull run? It's happened before, and obviously, if Bitcoin has surged from such a small price to what it is now. Why would crypto not get bigger unless like government puts restrictions on it, you know? But then we'll have to see. But you know, the way I see it is like I'll make my money in crypto, sell before I'll sell at the top, and then you know, like I'm a trader. You know, I'm not gonna be. I'm not an investor. Like that's not what I am. Like I'll just make my money and get out. Like
Yeah.
that's where I see the importance.
So what are some signs behind crypto trading that gives you this so confident like framework that you believe in its potential? Like is it because of the way that money is so easily free flow, like, or is it because like are you big on grabbing it like a trader and then taking advantage of it and then selling whenever it's like on its way down, if that makes sense? Like
Yeah, to me, I'm really in it for the profits, but I know people that really believe it. Like they hold it forever. Like there's probably someone who's still holding the same.
they're staking basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some people that bought Bitcoin at like a couple dollars. They're probably still holding it. You know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like in terms of like now that we've kind of gone over a little bit about yourself and like
Mhm.
your current status on trading and crypto, what are some ways that you, I guess, view yourself in terms of like the long term? Like where do you see yourself in a couple years in terms of like your trading knowledge, expertise, and what do you plan on doing with this for as I guess maybe like as a side hustle or a career? I don't know.
Yeah. So getting back into ecom, like dude, I know a lot about ecom. The problem was I didn't have money to invest into it, like test out products, and that's like a big thing in ecom. And the fact that I wasn't able to do that, but now I have money, it's like, yo, I want to get back into that. Like I was really recently thinking about that. So I definitely want to get into that. To be honest with you, everything I want to do is just at the end of the day, like getting me money. So it's like whether it's trading, whatever business model it is, as long as I'm making money, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm truly not passionate about anything. I'm passionate about money. Like you think I like sitting down and trading? You think I like being down money before I make some? No, I'd rather just do nothing, you know? So the truth is like I just do whatever I need to do to make money. And in terms of the future, I would love to be trading, you know. Trading is great, makes you a lot of money, you know. But I would love to take the money I make from trading, ecom, put it into like real estate. There's like so many like ways I can make money, and I would love to like diversify the way I make money. So let's say trading doesn't work out, which I'm not saying it won't, but it's like, what if it does? I got ecom businesses. Oh, I got real estate. I have this, and it's like I'm not happy with a little bit of money. I need a lot of money. So to me, it's like I want to do everything possible to achieve that. You
So
know.
like your goal with money is to make sure that it just not isn't a problem anymore, or like when is it going to be enough for you, like in order in terms of like your ambitions and your goals?
Okay, to me, what's enough to live happily? Like I wouldn't mind this, but it's like I want more. But 100K a month to me is enough. With 100K a month, I could drive whatever car I want, right? I
Yeah.
can live wherever I want. Like to me, I want to have a nice supercar, penthouse, just that, like 10, 15K, let's say, right? Take care of my parents, let's say 10K, right? Now I have all this money to work with, doing whatever I want. Let's say food, whatever, you know, common clothes, whatever. I'm not really a big clothes guy. Like
Not materialistic.
yeah, I'm not materialistic, but yeah, I wear basic clothes and stuff. And then yeah, to me, 100K is way more than enough, you know. But it's like I really want to like make an impact and like really do something with my money, and you know that comes with having a lot of it, you know. So I don't really have any end goal, but obviously to me, it's like the sky's the limit. I'll just keep going up the stairs until I die. Like
So
that's all it
do
is.
you feel like the trading and the money you'll get from it, like it'll allow you to unlock a lot of other things that I feel like on like a personal level? Like do you like giving back? Like do you like helping people, like communities? Like I know like there's a lot of like world hunger and I know there's a lot of like issues in the
Uh-huh.
world. Like do you feel like it's something that would inspire you to take more like a meaningful, more spiritual approach to the world that we live in that's lacking that?
Yeah, of course. I literally like when I pray to God, like oh, like I'm working really hard. Like please, like allow me to achieve success, right? And I'm like, I'll do good with the money. Like if I have so much money, like the thing is like I don't help now because it's like I'm not crazy rich yet, But it's like when I am rich, I'm like, why would I not help the poor? Because it's like the way I see it is like if you don't work hard and you don't have money, okay, that's on you. That's like America. But look at third world countries and stuff. They don't have any resources. They can't even drink like water. So it's like
Clean water, yeah.
it's hard for them to achieve things. I wouldn't like give a homeless guy in New York City a couple dollars because he's a crackhead and he's not doing anything with his life. Like I said, input is equal to output. You put some shit in your life that allowed you to become like that. You took drugs. Whatever you did made you become like that, you know? So it's like when you live in a third world country, yeah, you could say the same thing, input output, but it's like it's so much harder for them because it's like they have nothing. And even if they wanted to get out and like try to make money online and computer, it's like so much
The
harder.
opportunity isn't there.
The opportunity isn't there, yeah. And that's where I see where that's where I feel like is the need to help rather than someone in like America who literally has like food stamps and shit like that. Like they have housing, they have so many things to get them on their feet, you know?
I like this. I like the way you're going with this because I also have a strong belief with when it comes to people who don't like taking advantage of what's given to them. I'm very opposed to the individuals who just like could live a better life but choose not to because
Mm-hmm.
they just don't want to take advantage of whatever's in front of them. And I do the same thing, especially when like you go and you visit countries like I guess like the DR is a great example. Like like the wage is slow, quality of life is like it's crazy because they don't even have a lot of money but they still are happy, like they live content with what they have. So it's like imagine if you were to like give them the things that like certain kids in this country had, like it'd be incredible. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's the class difference, it's the medium of exchange, like it's very hard to get that across to certain people who don't like understand the value, like the value by just even getting by even being placed in a situation that's beneficial. And like you said, like the things that you put in, things you get out, it's just an example of your hard work, your character. I feel like God is always whispering. He's always trying to talk to
Mm-hmm.
you, and he's trying to make that connection with you and aspire you to do great things. It's why I stay. It's why I try to stay as ambitious as I can in terms of my pursuits. Like I try to pursue it as much as I possibly could with the time that the 24 hours that I'm given in a day. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
even though some days like we both are tired or like when things don't go our way or there's some days where we're not feeling it, like we still get shit done. And I feel like that's what differentiates people who are like you said, are on the path of success or who are have successful mindsets and people who just end up not achieving what they are set to do or their purpose in
Mm-hmm.
this life. So money is an amplifier, I think. Like I believe that your character will always be with you. Money will just make, like, if you're happy, you're going to be happy with whatever you have. Now if you're happy and now like you have a solid foundation, you have a good family, you have a
Mm-hmm.
good spiritual life, you have a great partner and you have like good people around you, then money's just going to make those people flourish, and it's going to make the things around you, it's going to make your garden grow, it's going to be
For
like a
sure.
bunch of fertilizer everywhere, like it's going to make everything a lot better. I'm glad that you also share a similar output on the way that you believe that money is going to change like the world, like in terms of like your impact. I feel like that's also
Mm-hmm.
very well written, very well said. Anything else that you feel like you stand by that that you feel like people should be applying more in their life every day?
Yeah, I feel like you gotta wake up with a purpose. Like the truth is, how do you if you wake up in the morning and like you got nothing going for yourself and like let's say what you're depressed, like you're depressed because you're not doing anything. You know, it's like I feel like if you have purpose in your life, it's like you wake up every day with like a mission, like something to strive towards. You know, and I feel like that's really important.
Yeah. So, I mean, how have you allowed yourself to get closer to the goals that you have been trying to achieve? Like, I guess like one great example is like I don't know if you heard it or not, but it's like if you see the water is over there and it's a stream of water, you're not going
Mm-hmm.
to get wet by standing somewhere where the water is not there. You know what I mean? Like you have to stand near people that are going places. You need to stand in the way of opportunities that will be there for you, and the
Mm-hmm.
situations that I mean God will help you with by just by fate. So it's like, do you feel like you've just placed yourself in the right places? Like, do you feel like the positioning that you've allowed yourself to be in has given you this mindset to be as great as you want to be?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like with your example, like yeah, you just had to be thrown in the deep end of the pool. You got to figure it out. You gotta actually like Like, how are you gonna know if the water's cold or hot? You have to like touch it. You have to get wet.
Yeah.
Like, how else do you learn? You have to actually try things. You can literally learn a bunch of things, but if you don't actually try them, like, it's useless. Like, I feel like someone that's a doer is better than someone who's a thinker, because it's like you'll learn more doing something rather than just thinking about it.
Yeah. I get that. I get that a lot because it's important to take your time, right? In terms of learning.
Hmm.
And I feel like Abraham Lincoln said this. He said, if I were to take an hour to chop down 100 trees, I would spend most of it sharpening my axe,
Exactly, for sure. Yeah, I totally
because
agree with that.
you need to just get so good at your skills that like when you start or so good at building your own, like building yourself, building your character, like all this stuff, like that'll, when like confrontation comes, or like when situations arise where like there's conflict, or things are uncertain, like you know, like where you stand, like
Hmm.
you have your strengths, you play your cards like the way you want to play them, because now you know how to use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that, in terms of like, now I want to like I want to like kind of like bridge that. I want to bridge that to the financing thing, and like trading, because in terms of your skill level, in terms of the way that you have been practicing, like you said, you've had many losses, and you've had great wins. So in terms of that growth, that learning curve, and facing a lot of situations that are confrontational and difficult, what would you say to traders who are struggling in, or people who are trying to get started in trading, that are struggling, have this great mindset, but are just like, they feel like something is missing? What do you think that certain people should hear from you, based on your experience, that they should be applying going forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. To me, it's like, just don't quit. Like, that's just the truth. Like, if I if I just quit with the 5-6K loss, I would have been a loser, right? But guess what? If I didn't get into crypto, if I didn't keep trading, I wouldn't have became a winner. Like, that's all it is. It's like, you're only a loser if you quit. You can't lose if you don't quit. So it's like, if you keep going, you'll definitely like get there. And like I said, you're supposed to solve your problems like after a problem, after one problem, there's a second problem, third problem. After you keep getting past them, learning more, you get to where you want to be. So that's just, to me, is the most important thing. Is like, you just can't quit. Like even with drop shipping, like that's something I did quit. But guess what? If I get back into it, I didn't quit. I
Yeah.
didn't lose because I made it. Like, if I keep going, I'm gonna make it. And it doesn't even sit right with me that I stopped drop shipping, because it's like, yo, I quit. Like, and that doesn't even go with what I'm trying to say. And that's my point, which is why I'm gonna get back into drop shipping, because it's like, I don't quit.
Yeah, it's more of a character thing, because
Yeah.
character is destiny. So the things that you apply, the things that you say that you're gonna do, your value metrics,
Yeah.
the things that like you apply on a day-to-day basis, like it does eventually come back to you. And if you don't do it, it does haunt you, because I also experience some sort of like, whenever I decide to like take a break from something, it also doesn't sit right with me sometimes, because if it wasn't because I was forced to, and because maybe it was a situational thing, then it makes me question a lot of things that I say that I do, or a lot of
Uh-huh.
things that I believe that I am, because we all like to project to the world a version of ourselves, but it's very hard to change the way people see you once you do certain things. Like it could be individuals, it could be people that you look up to, or people that look up to you. So
Hmm.
it's like, I feel like you do have a lot of people who are rooting for you, and there are a lot of people who look up to you. So in terms of not quitting, it's a great message. I believe that
Yeah.
people should take into consideration, because it's something that, I mean, even in life, like there's always going to be new journeys, like new things that you can start. Just don't do nothing. Just don't sit there and just waste time.
Yeah. To me, like, here's a quote that I heard somewhere. A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. And obviously, like, completely agree with that, because it's like, e- even within my life, if I didn't try one more time, if I didn't try crypto, if I quit trading, it's like, would I really be a successful trader? No, I wouldn't have been profitable. It's like you just have to keep going until you make it. Like that's just the truth.
Yeah, it is the truth. I agree, and I think that the trading thing is also something that, like, when you first mentioned it to me, I love, like, taking analogies from situations, because when I see, like, people's, like, confidence, like, I remember, like, the first time you told me, and I got nervous, and you were like, dude, it's normal. Like, when
Yeah.
I take risks, like, it's just like I'm all in, like, it doesn't matter. And, like, I had to, like, slowly adopt that, because, like, I'm not used to things that, like, could flip on its end, like, and me have no control over it, like, that the whole control aspect comes from the fact that I like security. But with the thing with trading is that, and with life in general, it's like you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You don't know if some crazy person's gonna make a right turn and is gonna hit your car.
Yeah.
You have no
Yeah.
idea. These are situations that we just can't control. So it's like the
Funny because this is why he says the right turn thing. We were literally driving over here and someone was taking a wild ass turn. Like it was so stupid.
oh my god.
Yeah. But anyways, uh,
But that's the point. The point is that you just need to go out there, have fun. You need to go there. You need
and
to
risk,
take risk,
take
do it in a
risks.
learning,
Yeah.
put yourself in situations with good people who are on the same path as you. And I think that God is just going to continue to bless that trajectory that you have in front of you.
Yeah. And can I comment on that? What you were saying about like people around you, it's very important. Your network is your net worth. Like seriously, like the truth is, it's like if you don't have friends that go to the gym, you won't go to the gym. If you don't have friends that are making money, you won't make money. It's like if your friend is making $1 million, you're gonna make at least 250K. Come on, or you're gonna make at least something because it's like he knows something that you can use to make money. And yeah, like I think that's super important. The people you surround yourself with.
Yeah, your surroundings are definitely.
Oh, another thing.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, risks. Like, dude, risks are the most. Bro, you're in your 20s, or like, let's say you're 18 to 20, like five. You're supposed to take your risks like early on in life, where you're living with your parents, like you have a roof under your head, you have food, like you know what I'm trying to say. It's like the problem is people get into this stuff way later in life, and it's like now you got bills to pay. What if it doesn't work out? Where are you gonna live? You have to pay the bills. You know, it's like I can go all in on something like this. I can afford to lose $10,000 and still go on my life, and that's why I think it's very important to take risks while you're young, because they pay off. Look at like it can make you very successful. And it's like this is the way I see with trading. It's like, what is your risk? You're risking what? A little bit of money. Well, crypto, my bad. Crypto, it's like you're risking a little bit of money. Let's say you lose all of it. You can still make that back, right? You can get it, you can work a job, get it back. You're still young, right? But look at the reward here. You're risking money to change your life. Your reward to risk ratio is like
It's logic. It's
it's
logic.
crazy. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
why would you not take the risk? It's like your life could completely change versus what you lose a couple $1,000s or like you can make that back. You know, it's like it's a risk that you should be taking.
Yeah, because money's replaceable. Like things
Yeah.
like people, things like, I don't know, like relationships. Like I feel like the way people get attached to money, it's almost like like it's like it owes you. You know what I mean? Or like I mean like you owe it something. Like when in reality, it's just like like it's just something that it's a value metric. It's. I tell
Hmm.
people at work all the time, because sometimes, like, I feel like the situation that they're put in is a lot different than I am. I feel like I have a responsibility to somewhat teach people these things,
Hmm.
and it's like money is amazing, but like money isn't everything.
Of course.
So
Yeah, I
it's like
agree.
you need to make that fine line between like what it could be and what should be. And that was one of my questions that I was gonna ask you, and it's like it goes something like this: since life and our energy is short lived, do you believe that it's better off to not be led by our conveyed desires and stop wasting energy on searches and changes, but to rather make the most of what we have? So convacious means like things that other people have.
Good, you're explaining it.
Yeah, good.
You got to use some baby words because I have no clue what you just said.
Basically, would you rather spend this short life, the amount of energy that we're given on things that other people have, or would you rather just like make the most of whatever God has given you? If
Bro,
that
you
makes
gotta
sense.
be babier than that.
Even babier?
Yeah, babier. I'm a retard. Like, uh,
Chase what other people have or keep what you have.
Chase what other people have or keep what you have. Chase what other people have. Dude, I see life as a competition. I don't care like how people talk about, oh, just focus on yourself, but it's like I always compare myself because it's like I want to be better. Like the truth is, if you just if you I do agree with the fact like yeah, you want to get better every day. Like just focus on yourself. But it's like if you don't look at people having certain things, people doing certain things. Like I said, social media is such a big thing to me that like seeing so many entrepreneurs online make so much money. It's like it shows you that it's possible. So I think it's like it's good. It's good to chase what other people have, but instead of comparing yourself, I feel like it's good to like um see them and not look up to them because you only look up to God and I only look up to my father, but um and my family obviously, but to me it's like
Don't
yeah.
don't get envious. Like don't look at
Yeah,
people
yeah,
and
and don't
and
come
and
yeah, don't compare yourself. It's like but it's like compare yourself in a good way to become better. Not compare yourself to like shit on yourself and be like, "Oh, they're doing better than me." Yeah, I agree. Envious. That's the word.
don't be
Yeah.
envious. Like
Be happy for people.
you should be happy
Yeah.
and you should take because like people tend to deny like oh like I'm not envious. Like when you hear somebody win, your first thought is usually negative or envious. Like you're like, damn, like, I wish
Yeah.
I had it. But it's so small and so slight. Like, and it's okay because it's all part of our nature to be comparative. And
And
like,
it comes from insecurity though, cuz it's like
yeah,
you'll only hate on someone if you don't have it yourself. Cuz it's like I literally saw this on crypto Twitter today. It was like, "Oh, winners don't hate on each other. Winners want other people to win too. But the losers, they get tight at the winners because the winners are winning, you know? Like, I
yeah.
feel like you can only get upset at someone if they're doing better than you. Like, I've never seen someone hate on someone below them, you know? Hate only comes from above.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
fundamental.
below, my bad. Hate only comes from below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the I feel like that's the fundamental human error in terms of like you would complain if you were on the short end of the stick, but if you were winning, you wouldn't be complaining.
Exactly.
So it's like people instead of looking at it as like a way to grow, they're looking at it as a way to just spread more hate and like to discourage people who have big dreams or who have ambitions. 'Cause I feel like that is like something that a lot of people are given circumstances. Do you feel like certain circumstances have altered your attitudes towards like people or like the way that you view, I mean, making money or who you make money with, and I guess the way that
Yeah, I could answer your question. I
yeah,
got
go
it.
ahead, you get it. All
Yeah.
right, good.
Yeah. So, yeah, people I make money with, it's like, it's got to be like my close, very close friends. I am not putting someone on that is fake. Like to me, loyalty is the most important thing, and the truth is like a lot of people are fake. And bro, I have so much people hitting me up like that never hit me up before about trading in crypto. It's like, why the fuck are you talking to me now? You know, it's like, or it's like, oh, why do you want help from me? It's just like you never hit me up about anything else, you know? Like I get it. It's some sort of value that you're gonna get, but it's like I don't owe you shit. Like I'm only gonna help people that are close to me, you know? Like that's all it
Like
is.
I don't have to DM you back.
Huh?
Basic, like I don't have to DM
I
you.
don't have to DM you back. I don't have to give you any advice. You know, people are so entitled. I don't owe you shit. Like that's just the truth.
Yeah, I feel like everybody who gets something eventually has to go through that filtering process because it's
Yeah.
like then like I guess that's kind of what comes with fame and it comes with growth and sudden like change in circumstances or it's almost like winning the lottery, I guess. It's like when you
Yeah.
win the lottery everyone's your friend and then when you're poor again nobody wants you anymore.
Exactly. And I've totally like I'm not saying like I'm crazy rich yet or anything, but based off the success I've achieved so far, like I've seen a huge difference in people speaking to me and stuff. It's like it was my birthday a couple of days ago, and it's like people were saying happy birthdays that I never imagined would say happy birthdays to me. It's like that's how the world is. You have to provide some value for people to respect you. I know that's how the world is. Like even friendships and stuff. In order for someone to want to be friends with you, you need to be able to provide them some sort of value. You know,
That's fair.
the world is selfish. It is selfish. I don't disagree with that. You know, but I feel like I owe it. I don't owe it to anyone, but it's like if I did have to give it to anyone, it'd only be the people that were there with me when I had nothing, and people who are real. Like that's how it is
When
for
I
me.
lost they were there for me, when I won they were there for me. Like
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
you can celebrate with me if you were also well not celebrating if you were
struggling
if
with
you were
me.
with me when I, yeah struggling. That's exactly it.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of great lessons, a lot of good stuff, financially and independently, which
Mhm.
I feel like you've grown. I've known you almost my whole life, but we've reconnected really, really shortly. And it was like, it's great that I get to find a like-minded individual like you who is also
For
aspiring,
sure.
who's doing great
Yeah.
things, right? He's
Bro,
on the
Joseph is
path.
a loyal motherfucker. Like, he's a good ass friend. He works hard every day. Like, if I have to respect anyone, I gotta respect Joseph. Like, he's always putting in that work, and obviously, like, whatever I get, I'm putting him on too. You know?
Nah, for sure. And
Yeah,
it's always going to be the same energy back, of course, because
for
it's
sure.
like brotherhood, bro. For real, like
Exactly. I don't call anyone my brother, bro. Like, brother. Like, if you say you're my brother, like, we gotta be like this, and
yeah.
I don't just throw that word around with anyone.
Yeah, yeah. It's only for a select few,
Exactly.
and it's important that it's a quality that needs to live on, and
Yeah.
it needs to continue because we need more people who we can rely on. Like the world
Hmm.
doesn't run on its own. We need people.
Yeah.
We need friendships. We need collaterals. We need brothers. I feel like we need the same way that things get done, like and things that are difficult. Like we have people who help us overcome them. It's the same way that we must reciprocate that energy when things go well for them and when life is like blowing the breeze in your direction, you know. So
Exactly.
it's
Yep.
Ariane, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. You're one of my closest friends, my brother.
Same.
All right,
Appreciate you.
take care. All
Thank you,
right,
guys.
and you guys for watching another episode of Mortal Mindset. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. This is Aryan Jashim. I'm Joseph Gulan.
Follow my socials. Aryan Jashim.
Follow him.
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I post sauce. You're gonna see me make way more money. Mark my words.
Mark his words.
And
All right,
appreciate you.
take care, everyone.
Continue with your conclusion.
Stay safe, stay happy, you know, keep the peace, and we're out.
Peace out.